Hey, Brooklyn Squad. Hey, babies. Hey, Kathy B. I'm sorry. Hi, you new. How's everybody? Hey. Let me just get comfortable. Oh, this thing. Oh, every time it always flops on me. Okay. So let's hope it don't flop. Hi, everybody. Where you go, Kathy B? Well, wherever you went, drive safe, please. Be safe because it's pretty late. Well, you're like a million hours of difference from us, but just drive safe, okay? And you're not driving. Your hubby's driving, right? Because of girl, yeah, I think your husband, yeah, your hubby might be driving and somebody else is driving. So that's a good thing. Hi, if you're still in the building. Hey, boo. Hey, my Katie with the babies. And hello, everybody else that's watching from beyond. We are on both my Facebooks, of course. I was going to go live. I want to do another platform. Next time, we are going to go live on probably X, Twitter, or Twitch or something, okay? We have to start traveling around, not just YouTube, okay? So next time it'll be Twitch or Twitter or something like that. Things helping my daughter move from Vegas to us. Oh, okay, awesome. Well, congratulations to your daughter and drive safe, okay, babe? Okay. How do you guys like? I have a thing that I want to do on Saturdays. The what did I call it? So I have a few lives coming up. I'm going to get to this case. Um, the madness news or something I called it. I don't know. I just thought of something, and I was like, okay, that might work. That might work. Let me see. What did I call this live for Saturday? Saturday at 2 p.m. We have one at 8, but I called it the Saturday News Gone Wild. Okay? Saturday News Gone Wild. How do you guys like that name? I don't have Twitter or Twitch. You don't? Twitch is simple. You could get Twitch. Yeah, we got to try to travel around a little bit. So Saturday News Gone Wild. You like that? Cool, right? All right. And that is just different segments that I'm going to be bringing to you guys. All right. Uh, at once. That's Saturday. Okay. So I'm just trying something different. But I got some lined up and I'm not done. I got a few others, cases that I have. The 22nd, we got charges dropped for unaliving a 40 years old Jahira Smith at 8 p.m. But at tomorrow, we got Kylan, 20 years old, pregnant, unalived, and dumped in the woods. And Kaylin Olin, her father sent me like a Facebook friend request or something like that. And that's how, and he didn't message me or anything. He just sent me a Facebook friend. And usually when somebody sends me a friend request, I check them out to see who they are. I don't accept just anybody. And when I saw who he was, I saw that he advocates for the missing. His daughter was murdered. She was pregnant. So he obviously knows who I am. So I accepted his friend request and I didn't say anything. I just accepted his friend request. But then I started to look into the case. And I'm going to do a video on his daughter tomorrow at 3. That's one of our afternoon videos. So I'm going to start doing at least a few videos in the afternoon and then at night, okay, for you guys? And then I'll send it to him. But I do want to reach out and send my condolences as well. Okay. So I'm not done putting up cases. Then I'm going to work on the celebrity stuff too. Okay, guys? So, and if you know any celebrity stuff, send it to me. Send it to me, guys. Okay? All right. I know it's much out there. I know, but anything that you want me to work on, send it to me. This case right here, big in my heart, because when I hear military, I hear of my friend Corey that I was talking about, hoorah, from Narcotics Anonymous. And I just broke his anonymity. I'm so sorry, Corey. He doesn't watch me anyway, but because he always says, hoorah, 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 Marine, right? When I think of the military, I don't think of covering up. I don't think of bad things. I think of them helping, saving, fighting for us. Yes, good stuff. But today is not that. Today, we are fighting for this young lady. Not me, of course. The thumbnail that I did. Okay? And I'm going to tell you why. Denisha was 27 years old and a mother of 3 and a wife. I don't know why they'd be forgetting to put that in there. You know what I'm saying? They forget to put wife part. But she was a mother of 3, okay? She was found unalive in her barrack last August for what officially has called a suicide. Officials has called a suicide. However, her family is not trying to hear that. I don't really have to look at this to know what's going on with this case, and I'm going to show you a video. Because I heard about this case. This happened in 2022, if I'm not mistaken. And I heard about this like a few months ago, I believe. Um, this young lady was being targeted in the Marines. There's a video of her reaching out for help. You have a beautiful young 27 years old girl who decides she wants to go to the military. Out of all things, right? She wants to go to the military. She got 3 kids and a husband, and she says, I want to go to the military. I want to save lives. I want to help people, and I'm going to get so much out of this, and people are going to get so much out of this, and just do the right thing, right? For the right reason. Because when you do the right thing for the right reason, it feels good. But something happened over there. She was hung. And the people that's supposed to support and love her in the military says, oh, she was depressed. She wanted out. She did it to herself. And that's not the case. Listen to what her family has to say.
After their daughter, a military police officer, died while serving overseas. This is Denisha Montgomery, just 27 years old, her entire future ahead of her. A daughter, a wife, a mother, serving her country and working hard to support her kids back home. The Army calls Denisha's death a suicide, and they are investigating, but her family believes something far more sinister happened, and someone is not telling the truth. In a moment, I'm going to be talking with two close friends of the family live about this case and the ongoing investigation. But first, we turn to investigative correspondent Rich McHugh tonight with this exclusive report. Rich.
Thanks, Marnie. I've covered a lot of stories involving the military, many of them good, some of them bad. This is likely among the worst. And if not for the video that you're about to see, we might not even know about it at all.
27-year-old Denisha Montgomery pursued her dreams and joined the Army 2 years ago.
I protect my mama and my sister.
She was determined to help provide for her 3 young boys. Assigned to the 139th Military Police Company at Fort Stewart this summer when she was stationed in Wiesbaden, Germany, her trust in the military abruptly changed.
Honey, this is all I wanted to do. Mom, this is all I wanted to do.
On July 19th, she made a frantic video call to her family and asked them to record it.
Hey, Mom. Hey, Jada. Hey, Mom.
I love you.
I just want to come home. Look what they did to
Brooklyn.
me.
Oh my God.
She had serious bruises, open wounds on her body.
What is that from?
I don't know.
That looks like a knife or something.
In this 12-minute video call with her family, she said she went with a group of military police from her unit off base to a water park, said they had been drinking, and on the car ride back, they assaulted her.
They choked me out. Look, they was doing it to me in the car. I kept telling them, I was like, I can't breathe. I was like, I can't breathe. I was gasping for air. I was like, bro, I ain't never been so scared in my life. I thought I was going to die in the car, bro.
That evening, while she was on the video call, her family called the Red Cross and reported what she had told them, that 4 military police officers assaulted and strangulated her.
So I was like, just let me out of the car.
It's horrible.
But they wouldn't let me out of the car. And then all this happened.
In and out of tears on the call, she vowed to report her assault the next day.
I'm going to talk to CID tomorrow.
And what? Tell them that you just want to get out, or what?
I'm telling them that I don't want to be here no more. I'll do whatever I have to do, Mom. I'm coming. I can't be here no more. I don't trust them. I don't trust my leadership. I don't want to be here with none of them no more.
In a text message to her uncle the next day, she wrote, "They told me if I report an assault, I'll be charged with assault too because I mushed the female and bit the male that was choking me." 21 days later, on August 9th, Denisha Montgomery was found dead in her barrack. That same day, the Army told Denisha Montgomery's family that she took her own life.
And they said that we're sorry to inform you that your daughter has committed suicide by suffocation. And I said, how do you suffocate yourself?
I know that my daughter wouldn't kill herself.
No doubt in your mind.
No doubt in my mind. I know my kid, man.
The Army released a statement 5 days later confirming Denisha Montgomery was found unresponsive in her barrack and said, "The incident is currently under investigation by U.S. Army Criminal Investigation Division."
But it doesn't make any sense. How are you still investigating when you prematurely said she committed suicide? That tells me that you've already have a determination.
Tamika Light is Denisha Montgomery's aunt. She served 13 years as an Army sergeant and was awarded the Purple Heart.
Something in the back of my mind told me that when she was attacked on the 19th of July, that there was something bigger at play. Something told me that her life was in danger.
None of Denisha's family believes she took her own life.
Her aunt served a lot of years, so that must have been her inspiration right there why she joined the military. You know what I mean? Having someone in your family that has joined so many years and got that, you know, that belt or whatever that she said. I can't pronounce it, but I think that's amazing. And I heard that she was hung, but now they're saying suffocated. So we gotta look more into this. And this is her husband, by the way.
Life. her husband, Joshua.
I know she didn't commit suicide.
No doubt in your mind.
No doubt in my mind.
Her sister, Jada.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
I don't believe it either.
Do you think your sister was murdered?
I do. It's just by who and when.
And how many? And how many knew about it and how many covered it up?
I don't know what she knew, but it had to be too much. You know, like I said, my daughter told me she was scared. I've never heard my daughter say that ever in her life. Ever. She wasn't scared of anything.
She was set to come home in 3 weeks. Sent pictures of her bags packed and waiting.
I talked to her that night, and you're not going to tell me that she was anything but happy and ready to come home.
And this video to her husband dancing to their wedding song.
And that's all we talked about is what we're going to do when she got home. The very first thing she wanted to do was go to Walmart.
I can't make sense of it.
It's
a nightmare. Every day I wake up, it's a nightmare.
One giant piece of the puzzle, her sister says, comes from what the military told them about what happened 3 weeks prior at the water park, before the alleged assault in the car.
The CID told us on the phone that that night at the water park, 2 individuals that were not with her tried to sexually assault her in a restroom. But they stated clearly that the people that were with her, they tried to chase them down in a sort, and they were trying to help her.
No one has inquired with the family about the assault. We have taken it upon ourselves to get justice for Denisha. We have taken it upon ourselves to collect all evidence, to show that Denisha was not suicidal, to show that she was attacked and afraid for her life, and to show that she was ready to come back home.
We have asked the Army about the investigation, also about the alleged assault prior to her death. They declined our request for an interview, but said special agents with the Department of Army Criminal Investigation Division are investigating the death of Specialist Denisha Montgomery, and would not comment further. Denisha was returned to her family on August 26th. En route to her burial, people in her hometown, Elizabethtown, Kentucky, lined the roads to salute her.
My daughter came home. They didn't give me no autopsy report, no cause of death. Where's all that? Where's all that at?
How dare you
Wow.
allow my niece's death to be in vain? How dare you prematurely tell us that this strong, beautiful individual took her life when we know better? We want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but. I am Denisha Montgomery Smith. That's her name, and I want everybody to say it. I am Denisha Montgomery Smith.
That's right.
This family, no
Denisha
information from the
Montgomery
military, no cause of death, no autopsy, a lot of evidence
it could happen to any one
suggest
of
that
us.
foul play happened, and so many questions yet to be answered tonight, Marnie.
This is just the beginning, Rich. You and I both know this investigation will take a long time, but with the pressure from this family for answers, we're going to stay on this. Eye-opening and heartbreaking. Rich McHugh with this exclusive report tonight. Rich, thank you. I want to bring in Amy Frank now. She's the founder of Never Alone, and Lindsay Knapp, executive director of Combat Sexual Assault, both representing the family of Denisha Montgomery tonight. And I want to start, ladies, by thanking you and sending my condolences to the family of Denisha, and also begin with, we've reached out to the Army. Rich included their response. They are investigating, but beyond that, they are not saying anything. Lindsay, I want to start with you. You say the military was too quick to call this a suicide. Why?
Well, because what we have is we've got a service member who was afraid for her life and who was assaulted 21 days prior to her death. Now, they've told you that they're investigating, which is more information that they've given us. I have personally reached out to the Secretary of Defense, the Secretary of the Army, the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Milley. I've reached out to the special agent in charge of this case. I've reached out to CID headquarters, and I have reached out to the 16th Military Police Brigade Commander to get an update on this case. They have given us nothing. Jesus. The only thing that they've given us is let the family know that this was a suicide. However, all evidence to the contrary. We have this video where she's reporting that she was assaulted by 4 other cops. So I've got a cop who's assaulted by 4 other cops who then reported it to the cops, and then the cops did nothing. So what we're calling for now is that the FBI immediately take this case over, because what the military has shown us is that they are unable, ill-equipped, or unwilling to take this case and give Denisha Montgomery Smith the justice that she deserves.
I want to take people back to July 19th. And Amy, let's bring you in here. Was the alleged assault that Denisha told her family about in that video, that 12-minute video on July 19th, investigated by the Army at that time? Who knew other than her family?
According to text messages from Denisha Montgomery Smith, she told her leadership. She told everybody. And the only thing that they did was remove one of the assailants from her actual room and put her as a suite mate. So one of the alleged assailants still had access to her. And then they threatened to charge her if she pursued the charges any further by saying that because she defended herself, that she would be charged as well. So to our knowledge, nobody was looking into what we would say would be an attempted murder on her life by strangulation.
What was happening in that window of time between July 19th and that video and Denisha's death, which is about 21 or so days? How much communication did she have with her family? We saw her bags were packed to come home.
She was just telling them that she was afraid and that she didn't want to speak anymore about anything because she was worried about what else was going to happen to her. Right. And so she wanted to keep her head down and just get home where she'd be safe to tell what really happened.
Lindsay, it seems as though this video, 12 minutes long, would be a key part of the investigation. The family has that video. Have the investigators with the Army contacted the family about seeing this video, asked them about some of the things Denisha had said to them prior to her death?
So once we learned that the video existed, we immediately sent that to CID and the military to aid in the investigation, because obviously we want answers and the family wants to get to the bottom of this. And so despite that, they interviewed the spouse, Josh Smith. And after seeing that video, seeing the injuries, learning that she told him directly of the attack, the only questions they had for Josh were questions such as, what was her mental health state like the last time he spoke with her? Has she ever had any suicidal ideations? They didn't ask one question about the assault on July 19th, or if Denisha thought that anybody was after her or anything like that. So it became very, very clear that even after we were submitted all of the evidence that we had to them, that, where we believed that this was not a suicide at all, that the military was still leaning in hard to the suicide narrative and not investigating any other avenue.
What about the idea, Lindsay, and you heard Denisha's dad say this in the piece a moment ago, the autopsy. Where is it? What did it say? When was it done? Can we have it?
I would love to have it. I would love some kind of communication with the military at all. They've communicated to you more than they've communicated to us. We've reached out to congressional leaders for information.
That's crazy.
Jackie Spears' office, they've provided her with more information than they have provided us. Bottom line is they treated Denisha Montgomery Smith's life as if it were forfeit. She is a Black woman, mother of 3. She comes from 3 generations of Black women who served our country. Not only did she serve our country, but she's also a cop. So this is what this looks like. This is blue on blue. This is
wow. Wow. And she's a cop. Young. She's so young too, with this amazing career that is corrupt, and it corrupted her. Katie says, I wonder if one of them involved was a sergeant. I don't know. Wow, I have no idea. But for him to do demands like that, it might have been. You never know. You know what I mean? Threaten her not to say nothing and all this other stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy. And you know what's crazy? As I'm going live right now covering this, I'm sharing my stuff on Facebook, right? And there's another live that someone's crying because there's another missing person case. Like, this world is it just doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop. They could be why they're going with the suicide story. That could be why they're going with the story. They have to be more reasonable behind why. Yeah, could be. But I thought it was they found her hung. Now they're saying smothered. So I need to look into that more.
Everything. They have given us no indication that they care about her or her life. Thus, we need the FBI to take over this case immediately so that this investigation is not compromised any further.
Yeah, higher
I
up
know both of
involved.
you are deeply
There's
involved
always
with
a
this
higher up
family, this
involved.
case, but other cases in the past. I will give you the final word, Amy.
Allegedly.
You're with Never Alone. What is your message to other military families tonight? What is your message to the Army about this particular case? If you could have 1 minute with them to tell them what's on your heart tonight with Denisha's death, what would you say?
This woman deserves the truth. Her family deserves the truth, just like Tim Tebow's, or excuse me, just like the other families deserve the truth, and that this is a national security crisis, and we cannot continue to allow these families and these young men and women to be murdered and murdered by suicide. It has to end. We have to have transparency and accountability. We have not seen one general officer that has violated federal law be held accountable. From General White at Fort Hood with Vanessa Guillen, no accountability of a general officer violating federal laws, not protecting their service members. It has to stop. And the president has to create an accountable, transparent military where these general officers are held accountable.
We will continue to push for answers in this case, accountability, justice, the truth. To you both, Amy and Lindsay, thank you for your time tonight, and we will continue to reach out to the Army and offer you at home the latest on this investigation. Please send our best to the family of Denisha tonight.
Thank you. We will.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on.
Okay. Very sad, Kathy B. Very, very sad. Yeah, it's very sad. I just dropped my own damn self out. I'm bugging, right? You don't believe it either? Yeah. That young girl did not commit that. She was taken out. And I do believe there was a higher up involved because of the scenario of this. We're talking about the military. You know what I'm saying? Things can't be done like this. Things can't be done without a higher up knowing, I don't think. You know what I'm saying? I don't think shit can be done without a higher up knowing about the situation. Because then the press is going to come back on them and they're going to find out anyway. You know? They didn't, she didn't, no, she didn't. They say something and they do something. They say something and they do something. Right. Yeah. For them to try to put some, say it's like a fraternity, you get jumped in. Oh, child. Mm. Wow. Every time I hear that word fraternity, Kathy B, and I think of Jelani, you know what I mean? I just, can't. Just think of Jelani. Hold on, y'all. Now, Denisha Montgomery Smith family demands. Now, that was a year ago. This, now that was a year ago that they did that with the family, right? This was 3 months ago, the one I'm about to show you now. This right here is 3 months ago. So let's see what they got to say here. If they have any updates or anything. And then I want to do a reaction video with one of the ladies that I adore, content creator. Ouch. There's a lot of stories on black crime. I want to say thank you all for joining me, though. You know, I really do appreciate y'all. I really do.
Montgomery Smith enlisted in the Army back in 2021. Just a year later, Denisha alleged she was assaulted by fellow service members, and weeks later, she was found dead in her barrack. Now, Denisha's family is fighting to learn more about what led to her death, for transparency from the Army, and for the FBI to take on her case. Denisha's story is a piece of a larger investigation by ABC News Live, Battle Cry, Fighting Against Sexual Assault in the Military, with our Stephanie Ramos.
Yay! Where you
always think and
been?
hope about growing old with your
Hey,
wife or your
love.
husband. But I think you always kind of assume you'll grow old with your big sister.
It is
She
so
was
much
strong,
corruption,
beautiful,
baby.
silly, weird, and the type of woman I wish I knew how to be.
Yeah.
Denisha is known as PFC or Specialist Montgomery Smith to you all. But to me, she's my big sister. Denisha should be here.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Katie.
Top lawmakers are demanding answers from the Pentagon about Kira Durkin.
The growing search for a Fort Hood soldier missing for more than 2 months.
Just last month, at least 14 Army leaders were fired or suspended for their handling of that investigation.
A young Army private, 4 months pregnant, discovered dead in her barracks.
The death of another soldier who complained of sexual harassment at Fort Hood.
Fort Hood is currently investigating the death of Ana Baldasua Ruiz.
Now to a mystery.
The growing search for a Fort Hood soldier
The death of
missing
another
for
soldier who
Fort Hood is currently investigating the death of Ana Baldasua Ruiz. Several criminal, including the killing of Army specialist Vanessa Guillen.
Wow. You see that?
When you hear of these suicides and incidents at different military bases taking place, what goes through your mind?
When is it going to stop?
How many is too many?
Yes, Kathy B.
There's so much silence, and we're about to open it up.
Where's your mommy? Right there. We're here to bring awareness to the fact that our men and women in uniform continue to be murdered or murdered by suicide.
We've got the entire family of Denisha Montgomery Smith right here. She's a military police officer who was assaulted by 4 other military police officers, and then 21 days later found dead after she reported it. This is unacceptable. We have to end military sexual assault and hold our senior leaders accountable now. We are Denisha Montgomery Smith.
I'm very upset with the military because they failed my daughter.
Her father looks good.
The military told the family that it was a suicide.
On July 19th, 2022, Army Specialist Denisha Montgomery Smith told her family she was heading back to her post from an outing at a water park with 4 fellow soldiers. The group had been drinking. At the time, all were stationed at Army Base Wiesbaden in Germany. No, bro. When she said the group got into an altercation inside the car, this video released to Denisha's family by the Army Criminal Investigation Division shows Denisha being pushed down by 2 people in the back seat of the car. I can't breathe. As one person in the front records and another watches. Just hours after the alleged assault, Denisha FaceTimed her family in tears, asking them to record their conversation.
I'm going to talk to CID tomorrow. I don't trust them. I don't trust my leadership. I don't want to be here with none of them no more.
Her father calling the Red Cross while the family was still on the phone with Denisha, asking for their help to bring his 27-year-old daughter home.
She's scared for her life, and I need for her to try to come home or something. They choked her out and covered her nose. We need some help now, please, immediately.
Hi, honey. Mom. Yeah. Mom.
Hold on. I've never seen that video before, y'all. That's the first time I've seen that video. The one with her in the car? Oh, wow. So sad. Were they trying to S her? What the hell? Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Mom, I want to come home. Mom, this is all I wanted to do.
Wow.
I have more and more that keep popping up. I just want to come home.
Brooklyn. A burn mark, we believe, on her shoulder, like a cigarette got burned on her. Her face was just bruised, swollen.
You either, Kathy B?
She's literally like fighting for her life.
Bad. And I believe her when she says that she was assaulted, sexually assaulted, scared for her life, when all she wanted to do is come home. All I need is someone to believe that.
I thought I was going to die in the car, bro.
3 weeks after FaceTiming with Denisha, her family was visited by 2 casualty assistance officers at their doorstep, saying she was found dead. After an investigation, the Army determined the cause of Denisha's death was suicide by hanging, pointing to evidence of a ligature mark and an associated ligature furrow on the neck in her autopsy report. The Criminal Investigation Department provided the family with a report more than 1,500 pages long, listing no suspects. On page 117, they provided a diagram showing how Denisha was reportedly found in her wardrobe. The diagram making it appear as if her knees were resting on the ground at the time she was found. The family's attorney, Lindsay Knapp, believes that Denisha didn't take her own life, saying that there are missing pieces in the military's investigation, and they may know more than they are letting on.
As we continued to go on with the case and learned more and more, people in Denisha's unit are sleeping with their supervisors for protection, learning that her supervisor turned off the security footage that would have showed who was entering and exiting Denisha's room the night she died.
Reports from the Department of Defense indicate that there was a gap in the security camera recording on the base. Cameras did not capture any footage from July 18th, the day Denisha was assaulted, to the morning of August 11th, 2 days after she was found dead. The family was also provided with a photo showing Denisha's bags were already packed as if she was ready to come home.
It shakes the conscience. We're hoping that we can get the FBI to take her case.
Knapp asked
She saw a lot of things. She's seen a lot of things and they shuttered her up. Unbelievable. It is BS. Don't be hating. That's right. You're definitely right. This is bullcrap. And yes, I do believe that this happens more than people think, baby. Yes, it sure does. And I want to talk about that more on this platform, about this stuff. Yes, it sure does. Wow. So we got them sleeping with each other for a hush-hush. She's seen a lot of stuff.
the former U.S. Attorney General Michael Mukasey to look into the case. He emailed back saying suicide was certainly a possibility given surrounding circumstances. As to the Army, do not overlook that there are some people whose first instinct is to lie and cover up, even when the truth would do. The individuals Denisha said were involved in the altercation, one of them being her roommate, were never listed as potential persons of interest in any investigation.
That's a girl's hand.
Yet the family received a military protection order for no contact with those involved from the Department of Defense.
They've granted your family a no contact order from all individuals in the car shown during that video.
Yes.
What does that tell you?
That they're trying to protect the soldiers that was actually assaulting Denisha, protecting them more than they are even trying to investigate the death of my niece.
Denisha's family has asked the military for further examination into her death, but the military currently has no ongoing investigations.
We need everyone to call their senators, email congressmen, and help us get the FBI to take over Denisha's investigation, because as long as it's being done by the military,
it's
going to be at their own speed, and they're just waiting for us to give up.
You took our girl's life. You owe us an answer. You owe her children an answer. Even if you don't give me, her auntie, an answer, you owe her children.
So what happens with a lot of our service members? They're retaliated against so badly after they report. They're either killed by one of their peers or they kill themselves, and we call that murder by suicide.
If you serve in our military,
Thank you, babe. Thank you. Good night, love.
you are to be wounded by the enemy.
Lindsay Knapp and Amy Braley Frank both served as victim advocates
well,
for
I
the
will
military
continue shining
and have
the
become
light.
anchors of support for families like that of Denisha Montgomery Smith and loved ones of service members still seeking answers.
When I was in service, there was no reporting procedures at all. That it was just the command does what the command does. It was even worse when I was in than it is now. I graduated law school and became an attorney, and then it all came to a head when when I reported that special operations was covering up rape, and they ended up firing me for that. And that's how combat sexual assault was born. We're trying to raise awareness about their stories and their cases and get our congressional leaders to hold a hearing to investigate and reopen some of these cases.
I plan on trying to reform the whole system because, as I said, this is one fundamental problem that the victims have said they're not reporting these cases because they don't trust the chain of command.
Lindsay and Amy, seeing the ongoing efforts New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand has made to change laws for survivors of sexual assault, are hopeful this meeting could lead to answers for families seeking them.
Imagine you have been accused of something that could put you away for the rest of your life, and the decision maker is already biased. You have no civil liberties.
In 2021, Senator Gillibrand was among other senators who passed the Military Justice Improvement and Increasing Prevention Act.
We are asking for a collective justice to be done.
The legislation removing the decision on whether to prosecute the accused from a commander. This law prompted by the murder of Army Specialist Vanessa Guillen.
We are here united as one voice.
If a leader finds out that one of their kids has sexually assaulted one of their other kids, at the very least, that leader is going to have a moment of pause, right? Like you just are, right? Because you would never expect your kid to assault your other kid.
So I'm going to dig deep and figure out how to fix each of these problems through law, through prosecutions, through oversight, and through accountability.
Jesus. Oh my God. Lord have mercy.
Baby girl, I know you were scared today. I feel you in my heart, sweetheart. You are not gonna be not heard. You will be heard. Yeah, in Jesus' name I pray. We all pray.
Denisha, Vanessa Guillen, when does it end? When is enough enough?
Right. When does it end? She's right. When is enough enough? And I don't think it's never going to end. I think that this is a vicious, vicious world we live in. But what could get better is people opening their mouth. The killing, the suicide, that's the murder, and that's never gonna end. Let's be real. But what could be better is for people to start opening their mouth and saying something. You know, exactly like Reverend Joseph Hughes, the activist that I had on here. When people start speaking and saying something, then shit will start moving. Instead of they just being hush, 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 hush. I'm not a snitch, 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 snitch. Once you start typing this shit on the internet, you don't already snitch to the internet, boo boo. So what are you talking about? It's crazy.
Service members are just not safe to serve.
How do you keep her memory alive for yourself and for your nephews?
I just bring her up whenever I see something beautiful. Although the younger ones might not remember their mom, all they need is just like the little things to remind them who she is. Beautiful sunset. Look how beautiful your mom looks today. Look at that beautiful butterfly. She's watching you right now. That's her.
Right,
And
that's right.
even to myself, I say them things. And to my baby, I'm reassuring myself to keep myself okay, just saying, that's my sissy right there.
That's right, girl.
She's still here, and she looks so beautiful today.
Aww, she's very beautiful.
Denisha Montgomery Smith.
You better say it and say it loud. And this is what the military had to say. Denisha Montgomery Smith's family demands answers and are hunting videos before, but the military. Oh no, no. Okay, hold on, y'all. Hold on. All right, there we go. Okay, there we go. Now I done got myself away from y'all. The fuck. Oh, Jesus. I'm just a hot mess today. Oh no. Okay. Mm. Yeah, and I don't know what I did. Hmm. Hold on. Oh, man. Okay, I'm back. I am crazy. I know. I'm back. I had to figure it out. Oh Lord. I don't know, girl, if I'm okay. Child, I don't know. But no, not yet. After everything, I don't eat dinner until after all everything is done. After everything is done with us, then I eat dinner. I know it's wrong, but that's I don't know. I feel comfortable eating when everything is done. I know. Hey, Demon Josephine, what's up? What's up? What's up, mamita? I want to show y'all another video that somebody did of hers. It's not the news or anything, but she does like black people missing and stuff like that. And I watched her for years now. And I remember asking her one time, girl, can I share your video and stuff? And she was like, sure. So I'm going to put her link down below, but this would be like a little reaction video on it. So would y'all like to do that? I'm going to ask y'all first. Well, y'all just good and that's it. Y'all done for tonight. I really hope her family gets justice. When it comes to this military stuff, y'all, I don't even know. I don't know. I just feel like I know it's not healthy. I know. I just feel like there's so much hate in this world and not enough love. You know what I mean? And not enough justice. You have an assault going on and you saw the girl holding her like this. Y'all saw the girl because you could see the girl's hair and her arm. And that must have been her roommate. You want to see it? Okay. I like watching people's videos when they do little documentary stuff or whatever you call it. You know what I mean? I really like that because that's what I usually write. Like watch at nighttime when I'm done with y'all. I watch my little celebrity stuff or Amon Wiggins or stuff that I'm about to show you right now. Hmm. It makes people not want to join military. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? For real. Cause y'all doing shit like this? Like, come on, man. What the hell? I thought it's supposed to be about saving people lives, basically. Helping people. Fighting for people. Why y'all didn't fight for her? Why y'all didn't fight for her? And her roommate is too busy sexing the supervisors and everything and not protecting her own people. This is disgusting.
Okay, Jada. I love you.
It was July 19th. She had serious bruises, open wounds on her body.
I just want to come home. Look what Brooklyn. Oh my God.
In this 12-minute video call with her family, she said she went with a group of military police officers from her unit off base to a water park, said they had been drinking, and on the car ride back, they assaulted her.
On this episode of Black Girl Gone, I tell the story of 27-year-old Private First Class Denisha Montgomery Smith, who was found dead on April 9th, 2022. Denisha was stationed in Germany as a member of the Army's military police. But not long after her arrival, she alleged that she was assaulted by 4 fellow officers. 21 days later, Denisha was found dead inside a closet in the barracks. Her family was told that she committed suicide, but they say that Denisha was not suicidal, and they believe she was murdered, and the assault that she alleged happened had something to do with it. Since her death, her family has been demanding answers and justice for her. What really happened on August 9th, 2022? This is Denisha's story. When I first heard about Denisha's story on TikTok, her sister Brooklyn posted a video asking for help spreading information about her sister's suspicious death. Since her death, her family has been on a journey to get justice for Denisha, who they believe, without a doubt, was murdered. Despite the military ruling her death a suicide, Denisha's story reminds me in many ways of Lavina Johnson's story. If you remember, Lavina was also in the military, and she was found shot to death on an army base, and her death was also ruled a suicide, despite compelling evidence that Lavina was possibly murdered. They both were also stationed overseas. The more recent story of the murder of Vanessa Guillen has shown a light on how reports of harassment and assaults are handled by the military, and exposed the multitude of failures that have been systemic throughout the various branches of the military. There are many unknowns about what happened to Denisha, but the things we do know, both before and after her death, raise a lot of questions about what the military told her family and ultimately concluded about her death. When Denisha enlisted in the Army in 2021, she was a married mother of 3 who wanted to help create a better life for her family. Originally from Elizabethtown, Kentucky, her mother, Heather Clark, said that Denisha joined the military because she had always been interested in forensics and had dreams of becoming an Elizabethtown police officer. She was using the military for experience to help her with her career once she returned home. Her mom told a local paper, quote, Denisha had a love for her town and her community, and that's why she wanted to be a police officer for Elizabethtown Police Department eventually. She wanted to make it a better place for everybody. The people who knew Denisha best said that she was someone who always wanted to help people.
She wanted to help people. Look at that. Your son was in the military, you know? Wow. I wonder if he knows about you should ask him about this case. See how he feels about this. Tell him about this case and see how he feels about this. I'm sorry, Bobby. I turned it down. She wanted to help people, y'all. That's what she wanted to do. And at the end, she couldn't even get the help. Ain't that some shit? That's crazy.
Especially her community. But her 3 boys were her world, and everything that she was trying to accomplish in her young life was for them. By all accounts, Denisha was a happy, loving mother and wife. Her husband, Josh Smith, said that his wife was like a quote-unquote perfect person, and that's why he married her.
Aww.
For Denisha, joining the military was a step in her journey, but she wasn't the first or only person in her family who was in the military. She actually came from a military family. Her sister Brooklyn was also in the Army, and an aunt of
Oh.
hers had been awarded a Purple Heart. As she began her own military career, Denisha was excited to start this new chapter of her life. Her husband said that she just wanted her family to be proud of her. After her enlistment in January 2021, she was assigned to the 139th Military Police Company. But a year later, in the spring of 2022, she found out that she and her unit were being deployed for a 9-month rotation to Germany. In May 2022, she arrived in Wiesbaden, Germany, and as exciting as her first overseas deployment may have been, Denisha was looking forward to getting back as soon as possible to her family, and she was scheduled to come back home in September of that year. According to her family, once Denisha arrived in Germany for her deployment, everything was pretty normal. Thanks to FaceTime, she was able to see her kids and family and update them about how she was adjusting. But everything changed on July 19th, 2022. Less than 2 months after Denisha arrived in Germany, her family received a disturbing FaceTime call from her. She was very upset and
What you said, Mama? He's been out for years now? Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I kind of figured that, he's not in there, but I was just saying, like, tell him about this case and I just want, because he's a was in the Army. I just wonder what his thoughts would be about this. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know a lot of, I only know one Marine, one person that been in the Army. I don't know, but I would like to know from another person that's been there, they thoughts about things that have things like this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, be interested to know their thoughts. I didn't know her sister also was in the Army. And shout out to your son also for being in the Army, for yes. Shout out to your son, man. It's not easy. He survived. You know what I'm saying? So much love for that. Shout out to your son. Yes. And tell him we said Brooklynsquad over here. We said thank you. You know? For real, for real. We said thank you. I didn't know her aunt. I knew her aunt, but I didn't know her sister also. So that's pretty interesting. So she came from a family that was in the Army and was like, I won't want to say a boss up, but she was strong. She was a strong woman. You know what I mean? Which is amazing. Yes, thank you for your service. Yes. I was in the Army and hubby was in the Navy. Oh, no, I didn't know that. My name was nothing like this, and this case pissed me off. Kathy B, I had no idea. But thank you too, Kathy B. And tell your husband I said thank him. Oh, wow. So you another one. I want to know, how do you feel? Yeah, so you said this case is pissing you off. Right, right. Wow. Let me just see the comments. I'm glad I didn't join the Air Force. I know. Wow. Let me see. He was stationed in state. He never left. He was stationed in state. He never left. Okay. Wow. May she rest in peace. I know. May she rest in peace, Lord. Well, we want to say thank you for your service so much. You knew your son. Tell him thank you. Kathy B, thank you. Your husband as well. And everyone else out there who fought for us and who survived it. Because let me tell you something. A lot of people don't survive this. Look, we're talking about one right now. And a lot of war and stuff goes on also, and they don't survive it in that type of way also. So thank you for your service. It's definitely needed, definitely appreciated over here in Brooklynsquad. For real. No cap. For real, for
And
real.
asked her family to record what she was about to tell them in case something happened to her. In the video recording that's about 12 minutes long, Denisha details an assault that she alleged happened at the hands of her fellow soldiers that she was deployed with.
Oh, Iraq.
She said the assault took place on her day off after a group of them decided to go to a water park. Denisha and 4 other soldiers, who were also members of the military police, spent the day at the park drinking and riding rides, but on their way back, something happened. What exactly happened next or why isn't clear, but according to Denisha in that recorded call, on the way back to their barracks, the people she was with began attacking her.
They choked me out. Look, they was doing me in the car. I kept telling them, I was like, I can't breathe. I was like, I can't breathe. I was gasping for air. I was like, bro, I ain't never been so scared in my life. I thought I was going to die in the car, bro.
During that call, Denisha shows her family the bruises that she had all over her body and would look like a puncture wound on her shoulder. Denisha was clearly afraid, but she was also worried about Army leadership. She told her family that she no longer trusted them, but she did tell them that she was going to report the assault.
I'm going to talk to CID tomorrow.
And what? Tell them that you just want to get out, or what?
I'm telling them that I don't want to be here no more. I'll do whatever I have to do, Mom. I'm coming. I can't be here no more. I don't trust them. I don't trust my leadership. I don't want to be here with none of them no more.
The information Denisha's family was receiving from her was disturbing, and they said that they had never seen her so scared. They knew based on the bruises and her demeanor that something had definitely happened to her, and they were rightfully worried about her. While they were on the phone with her, her family also called the Red Cross to report the assault. Denisha told her family that she was planning to report the assault to the Army's Criminal Investigation Department. Now, although she was suspicious of leadership at that point, she knew that she needed to report the assault. But when she went to speak to the CID, she was told that she herself would be charged with assault. The day after that FaceTime call with her family, Denisha texted her uncle and told him that the CID said, quote, "They told me if I reported an assault, I'll be charged with assault too, because I mushed the female and bit the male that was choking me."
That's
Which
crazy.
is ridiculous, because if she was being attacked, then she would have the right to defend herself. So
That's
why
right.
would she be charged with assault? Also, at the time, she was the only one reporting the assault. So at the least, an investigation should have been launched. But Denisha told her uncle that she was told that there is no self-defense in the military. And so instead
Wow.
of encouraging her to report the alleged assault so they could investigate, the CID brushed Denisha's concerns aside. And so, out of fear of retaliation, Denisha did not make a formal complaint. Women being assaulted both sexually and physically in the military has been a long-standing issue. And while these issues also affect men who serve, most of the victims are women. And most women who are assaulted do not report the attacks out of fear that they will be retaliated against. Women make up a smaller percentage of the military, and in a male dominated environment, misogyny and sexism often rear its ugly head. I mean, even Denisha, prior to reporting the assault, was suspicious of her leadership. When she spoke to her family on the 21st, Denisha was determined to leave Germany. She was scared and she didn't trust the people that she was with. But being in the army meant that she couldn't just pack up and leave without permission. And so, with just a little over a month left on her deployment, Denisha decided that she would just lay low until it was time to go back to Fort Stewart. 8 days later, on July 27th, she sent a text to her uncle, who had been trying to get a hold of her for the past couple of days. And her message said, quote, I'm sorry. I've just been depressed and I didn't want to talk about it anymore. I decided not to say anything. I didn't want to end up getting in trouble too. I'm okay. My bruises are starting to go away. I've just been keeping my head down, staying in my room and going to work. When I get back to Stewart, I have another NCO who's going to get me in his squad, so I don't have to directly deal with those people. But I'm okay. I love you so much and I appreciate all your help.
I just found out some information about this as I'm looking about this on this case on my internet. But let's get into what she said. I decided not to say anything. I didn't want to end up getting in trouble too. I'm okay. My bruises are starting to go away. I just been keeping my head down, starting to stay in my room and going to work. When I get back to Stewart, I have another NCO who is going to get me in his squad. So I don't have to directly deal with these people, but I'm okay. I love you so much and I appreciate all your help. Now, that's because they told her to shut up. I believe that she reported it to the sergeant or whoever is in command, like you guys said, the higher up, and they threatened her and they told her to shut her mouth. I believe that. And I'm going to show you something else because what I just read blew my mind just now. And it has something to do with this case. So I'm so glad that I am doing this case. And I'm going to be digging into this more and more. This got to stop. But let's continue. Please share this video on all
It
platforms.
was obvious that Denisha had been traumatized by what had happened to her, but after being discouraged to file a report and unable to leave,
shame.
She had no choice but to try and lay low until it was time to leave. Once back in the States, she planned to transfer to another unit and hopefully put this entire situation behind her. She started preparing herself for her return and even began packing her things so she would be ready when the time came. Despite what happened to Denisha, she was trying her best to be okay. She was sad, but according to her family, she was not suicidal. During one of her last conversations with her husband, they were FaceTiming while she packed up some of her things. Her mom told the Messenger Inquirer, quote, she and her husband were dancing together on video chat. She was smiling, blowing him kisses while she packed her stuff. She was in a good mood and she was excited about coming home. But 21 days after Denisha told her family about the assault, they received unthinkable news. Denisha was dead.
Now streaming on All Black.
Your little baby is graduating.
I'm for
27-year-old Denisha Montgomery Smith was stationed in Germany during her deployment with the U.S. Army when she told her family that 4 fellow soldiers assaulted her. 21 days later, she was found dead in the barracks. When her family is informed of her death, they are immediately suspicious and they begin demanding answers. On August 9, 2022, at the Lucius Clay Barracks in Wiesbaden, Germany, Denisha was found dead inside a standalone closet. A few hours later, the Army contacted her family to inform them of her death.
They said that we're sorry to inform you that your daughter has committed suicide by suffocation. And I said, how do you suffocate yourself?
Before a thorough investigation could have possibly taken place,
how do you suffocate yourself hanging yourself? I don't get that. How the hell do you hang yourself and suffocate yourself? at the same time? Somebody please explain that to me. I don't get that. Oh, it's definitely a lie. It's definitely a lie. It's definitely cap. Yes, Josephine, baby girl. It don't sound like a lie. It is cap. It's definitely a lie. It's horrible. It's definitely horrible. But they're so smart. They're supposed to be the smart ones. They couldn't come up with some other excuse. They so damn dumb. How the hell you gonna suffocate yourself and hang yourself at the same time? Dumb morons.
Denisha's death had already been ruled a suicide.
It's crazy.
Her family, however, knew that Denisha would not have killed herself. From the moment that they were informed of her death, there was no doubt that this was not a suicide. Fresh in their minds was what Denisha herself had told them just 21 days prior to her death. Her aunt Tamika Light told WDRB that when they found out that the Army was saying Denisha killed herself, quote, "We was like, nah, that doesn't make any sense at all. If you knew Denisha, there would be no question in your mind how strong of an individual she was. Mentally, physically, we knew that she was happy." None of it made sense, and her family was determined to make sure that people knew Denisha's story and what happened to her. After initially telling her family that her death was a suicide, 5 days after her body was found, the Army released a statement that said, in part, on August 9th, Private First Class Denisha Montgomery, assigned to the 139th Military Police Company, was found unresponsive in her barracks room on Lucius Clay Kasserine in Wiesbaden, Germany. Emergency services were immediately called, and the scene was secured until their arrival. She was pronounced dead on the scene. The incident is currently under investigation by the U.S. Army Criminal Investigation Division. A complete and thorough investigation will be conducted. We take any and all accusations regarding this incident seriously and request everyone refrain from posting unsubstantiated information to social media platforms. But that statement only deepened Denisha's family's suspicions. If her death was now under investigation, then why were they told the same day that her body was found that she died by suicide? Well, the Army said that what happened was when Denisha's body was found, the local police in Wiesbaden were called to the scene and that they were accompanied by a doctor. The Army said that the local police didn't find any signs of foul play. They also did not perform an autopsy, but they did hand the case over to the local prosecutor, who declined to investigate the case and then handed it back to the
They
Army.
have to notify
The more
people,
details that
nothing
Denisha's
else.
family found out about the actions of the Army, the more they became convinced that someone was attempting to cover something up. Eventually, her family hired an attorney, and their efforts on social media to bring awareness to the case were spreading. Her sister Brooklyn began sharing videos of her sister and reposting other creators who were speaking out about Denisha's story. The Army insisted that they were thoroughly investigating Denisha's death, but
Yes, they have to notify the family, but nothing else, your news says. And then we got Josephine says, cover up all around. Exactly. And let's not forget, they didn't give the family no paperwork. They got nothing. No paperwork. No autopsy. No deaths. Like they got nothing. They said that in the interview. It's a shame. It really is. Big cover up. Big cover up. Shame on you, military. Shame on you.
her family was not satisfied with the way that things were going, and they, in all honesty, had no faith that the Army would do the right thing. They had already issued a no contact order, barring anyone that was in the car that night from speaking with Denisha's family. In September 2022, her family sat down with News Nation and shared with them the recording that they made on July 19th of that conversation that they had with Denisha. Being able to see Denisha made it clear that she was afraid. At the time, when asked for a comment, the Army would only say that they were investigating the matter. But in that interview, the family lawyer made it clear that they wanted the FBI to get involved in this investigation. In October 2022, News Nation obtained reports that said after all that time, Denisha's cause of death was still pending, and her sister Jada revealed something that the family had been told by the Army. She said, quote, "The U.S. Army Criminal Investigation Division told us on the phone that on the night at the water park, two individuals that were not with her tried to sexually assault her in a restroom. But the Army stated clearly that the people that were with her tried to chase them down and they were trying to help her." But this, of course, was nothing like what Denisha had told them happened that day. After months of trying to find out what happened, Denisha's family was left time and time again with just more questions. The only thing that they knew for sure was that Denisha had not killed herself. In December 2022, Chuck Grassley, a Republican senator from Iowa, sent a letter to the U.S. Army demanding that they investigate Denisha's death. He told them that they had until the 20th of that month to provide a full investigative report and answer the following questions. He said, quote, "According to texts provided to my office, PFC Montgomery reported her assault to command staff, but was allegedly told that if she did report the incident, she would be disciplined for assault for fighting back against her assailants. Has the CID investigated whether or not this fact pattern is true? If not, why not? And please explain." He also went on to ask, "Has the CID identified and interviewed all the occupants of the vehicle stemming from the physical assault that occurred on July 19th, 2022? If so, please provide all the records. If not, why not?" And finally, he asked, "Did the PFC Montgomery report a sexual assault and rape to the CID or anyone on her command staff prior to July 19th, 2022? If so, what is the status of that investigation?" Almost everyone who heard Denisha's story found the circumstances suspicious. And considering the track record of the military, it's no wonder people other than Denisha's family had questions about what was going on. In January 2023, News Nation obtained the report from the CID, and they also received.
Of course, I would want to know what the hell is going on too with my baby girl, who is a beautiful, smart, strong, stand-up police officer who joined the military, you guys were supposed to protect because she fights for her country, and she comes back in a body bag. Unbelievable. A mother of three and a wife, a sister, an aunt, a police officer, a military queen. Comes home in a body bag. And the excuse is she hung herself. Suffocation. When there was bruises before that, videotape before that, and an outcry for help before that. You dirty son of a bees. I hope and pray that this does not go under the rug. Because they are taking out people that are coming forward, and I got information on that next. Let's continue. Allegedly.
Received 3 cell phone videos that show what took place in that car on July 19th, 2022. In one of the videos, you can see Denisha arguing with one of the females that was in the car. And in that same video, Denisha asked to be let out of the car. And then one of the male officers in the back seat puts his arms around her neck. In another video, Denisha can be seen trying to get away, screaming and crying for them to let her go. One of the officers is heard saying, "Get that effing B back in the car." And then in a third video, Denisha is seen on camera laid across the 3 officers in the back seat, while one of them is covering her mouth with his hand. She can be heard saying, "I can't breathe." According to the Army's report, the officers in the car had no idea why Denisha was behaving the way that she was, and reported that they had to restrain her because she had become belligerent and was trying to get out of the car while it was moving.
Wait,
They
I need
said
to
that they
rewind
did
it
what
for
they
a second.
did to stop her from
I
harming
don't think that
herself.
was a female.
According to the
It was
Army's
a male.
report, the officers in the car had no idea why Denisha was behaving the way that she was, and reported that they had to restrain her because she had become belligerent and was trying to get out of the car while it was moving. They said that they did what they did to stop her from harming herself. But Denisha's family said that the videos were proof that she had been assaulted. However, in the months following the release of the video and the letter from Senator Grassley,
I thought that was a
Denisha's
female,
family
but I'm not
didn't
too
give
sure
any
now.
real information about this case. Her sister Brooklyn continued to share information about her story on TikTok, and more people were finding out about what happened to Denisha. After months of waiting, the
He
Army
had a shirt on.
finally released their final report,
He had a gray
concluding
t-shirt.
that Denisha had committed suicide. But once again, the information coming from the Army only added to the many questions about Denisha's death. WJLC got a hold of the final report and compared it to an initial report, and what they found was a bunch of discrepancies. The final report concluded that during the incident on July 19th, that Denisha's fellow officers were trying to restrain her because she was drunk. But the initial report said that more force was used than necessary,
say it again.
something that they omitted from the final report. The initial report also said that leadership was not aware of any behavioral health problems, but the final report said that Denisha was suicidal because she had marriage problems and financial problems. Her husband, Josh, denies that they were having any problems. Quote, "No marriage problems. It was just her being gone and feeling lonely. The reason she was talking suicidal stuff is because she was trying to find a way to get out of the military quicker without worrying about dealing with her leadership or anything." The initial report also said that the position of her body was quote unquote not normal because her feet were on the ground and therefore she would have just been able to stand up. The final report stated that cameras in the barracks had been on, but the recording feature had been turned off. It made no mention of the keys that had been reportedly taken from the initial report. Now, when asked about the discrepancies, the Army said that the initial report was preliminary and they have now concluded their investigation. But Denisha's family doesn't care, and they are far from done. They are determined to get to the bottom of Denisha's death and expose those who they believe are responsible for it and the cover up. They want everyone to hear the story and know that Denisha did not kill herself. As the recording of this episode, it's been 1 year since Denisha Montgomery Smith was found dead in her barracks. There's so many questions about what happened to her, and her family deserves to get those answers.
That's right.
Hopefully, somebody with power to investigate this case will look into what really happened to Denisha. It's hard to imagine that just a month away from coming home.
I can't play the music. It sucks, right? But just a month before coming home. And by the way, her YouTube link is in the description. If you want to go check out her channel, she's really good. I love watching her. Please do. Just a month before coming home, this happens to her. Let me read you something I found on Facebook. Oh no. Oh no. That's okay because, honey, I took a screenshot. Hold on, but I want to make sure. I want John to see this too. Okay. Hold on. Now, I found something on Facebook, right? That said, hold on, y'all. Post. Where is it? I took a screenshot, so I really don't need to see it, but I wanted to show it to y'all. Hold on, let me see if I can find the rest of it. Okay, I can't find it. Anyway, it just, but I took a screenshot, so let's go there. And here it is. It says, chain of command. This information was sent to us anonymously. Apparently, a soldier was unalive 9 days after he made a post about Denisha Montgomery Smith. It seems that this particular soldier had information or was a witness to the case and suddenly died after speaking up. If anyone has information on the soldier that was killed after making a post about Denisha Montgomery Smith, please reach out to us. We would like to let our followers and supporters be aware of his sacrifice and service to the country. Wow. Unbelievable. Let me pull this up a little bigger. And then you have these men. So, what soldier was unalive after he put some information out about this case? That's very interesting. Very, very interesting to know. Very interesting to know. And you know me, I'm going to find out. I will find out. This is definitely a huge cover up. Why don't we go to Facebook? How about that, y'all? Y'all want to do that? Let's go to Facebook because I'm seeing a lot of stuff over there. Hey, Cherish. Now let's go over here. How are you, love? Let me see. Do y'all see anything? Okay. Hey, mamita, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? So let's go down. Cause who spoke out and got unalive? Who spoke out and got unalive? Interesting. Oh, this says group. I don't want the group. I want all of it, honey. D-E-N? Oh, I put Denisha. Let me say something. Let me fix this. Okay, and here we go. See, once you fix stuff up, you get stuff. You get stuff. You get stuff. Okay. But I want to go to post. What about go to all? How about that? Let's go to all. They putting up videos, honey. Let me see. What is this saying right here? New video test claims that USA soldier died by. Oh, wow. Okay. I think we found something.
We are back with a News Nation exclusive. Today we are learning.
I think this is the soldier that they say got unalive. Hey, Barbara.
Learning new details surrounding the death of a U.S. soldier. The U.S. military says Private Denisha Montgomery died by suicide back in August. But days before she was found dead in her barracks in Germany, Montgomery sent family texts and videos claiming she had been assaulted by military police. And now new, never-before-seen video could shed more light on exactly what happened to her. Investigative correspondent Rich McHugh joins us live. So, Rich, does this new video point to something more sinister?
It just may, Nicole. 3 weeks before Denisha Montgomery's death, she called her family from Germany to say that she had been assaulted and that she'd feared for her life. Now we have obtained video of that incident in question. And just a warning, the video you're about to see, you might find difficult to watch. Denisha Montgomery, 27-year-old mother of 3, joined the Army to provide for her family.
Honey, this is all I wanted to do. Mom, this is all I wanted to do.
Assigned to the 139th Military Police Company at Fort Stewart, she was stationed overseas last summer in Wiesbaden, Germany, when she made a frantic video call to her family and asked them to hit record.
Hey, Mom. Hey, Jada. Hey, Mom. I love you.
It was July 19th. She had serious bruises, open wounds on her body.
I just want to come home. Look what Brooklyn.
Oh my God.
In this 12-minute video call with her family, she said she went with a group of military police officers from her unit off base to a water park, said they had been drinking, and on the car ride back, they assaulted her.
They choked me out. Look, they did.
Thank you for coming on the YouTube one, Cherish.
I was gasping for air. I was like, bro, I ain't never been so scared in my life. I thought I was going to die in the car, bro.
In and out of tears on the call, she vowed to report it the next day.
I'm going to talk to CID tomorrow. I'm telling them that I don't want to be here no more. I'll do whatever I have to do, Mom. I'm coming. I can't be here no more.
She's a cop.
I don't trust them. I don't trust my leadership. I don't want to be here with none of them
family
no more.
Military.
In a text message to her uncle the next day, she wrote, "They told me if I report the assault, I'll be charged with assault too because I mushed the female and bit the male that was choking me." 21 days later, on August 9th, Denisha Montgomery was found dead in her barrack. That same day, the Army told Denisha Montgomery's family that she took her own life.
They said that we're sorry to inform you that your daughter has committed suicide by suffocation. And I said, how do you suffocate yourself?
I know that my daughter wouldn't kill herself.
No doubt in your mind.
No doubt in my mind. I know my kid, man.
After our story aired, Senator Grassley wrote to Army Criminal Investigative Division, quote, "The circumstances surrounding Private First Class Montgomery's death raise serious questions which require further investigation from your division and answers to Congress." Grassley cites the video call to her family and writes that there is a discrepancy between the story the family heard from her that night and what they heard from Army CID. Quote, "The clear conflict between the video description from Private First Class Montgomery and CID demands explanation." After Senator Grassley's letter, the Army played 3 videos for Denisha's family of what transpired in the car and said no assault occurred, despite the fact that the investigating officer in Germany determined in his report that Denisha was in fact assaulted. According to the Army's official CID report, the officers in the car said they could not provide an explanation for her actions and had to, quote, restrain Denisha, that she became belligerent and tried to exit the car several times while it was moving, but stated they did what they could to prevent her from harming herself. Now, News Nation has obtained these 3 videos. Take a look. In the first, Denisha is seated in the front passenger seat. There's clearly an argument between Denisha and the other woman in the car.
Hold on,
She asks to be let out of the car when the officer in the back seat appears to put his arm around her neck. In the second video, the vehicle is stopped. Denisha is exiting, trying to get away. She can be heard screaming, crying, and pleading that they leave her alone. One of the officers yells, "Get that blank blank back in the car." In the third video, Denisha is laying across the back seat on top of 3 seated officers. One of them, holding her down, appears to cover her mouth. Denisha can be heard saying she cannot breathe. One of the officers can be heard saying, "Stop holding her like that." Her family insists these videos are proof that Denisha was assaulted.
I watched the assault. They seen the assault. If that had been me in the back seat and say it was the general's daughter, I would be arrested.
It looked like another George Floyd incident. We was outraged. I mean, it's clear as day on the video in front of our eyes.
Attorney Lindsay Knapp is representing the family and demands this investigation be turned over to the FBI.
This was a brazen assault where they choked her and she said, "I can't breathe. Let me out." These are military police officers. They knew better. We need a congressional investigation into this, and we also need the FBI to look into this matter immediately, because what we have is the military trying to police itself.
We are coming for justice. Know that.
That's right.
We are coming for justice, and we are Denisha Montgomery Smith.
Yeah. Now, there is someone they said that came forward though, but unfortunately, he is unalive now. I'm trying to find that. I mean, I have the thing on my phone, but or maybe I could go to the post I've seen. That's weird. Let me change something. Hold on. Because I didn't input Smith before, so let me see something. It's a shame. I want to see what she got to say. Who is this?
To elevate PFC Denisha Montgomery Smith's name. My sister, Denisha Montgomery Smith, she was on a rotation in Germany for 9 months, but she only made it to 8 months. During her stay, she went to an amusement park with 4 of her battle buddies, and she ended up getting brutally assaulted by all 4 of them. She made a FaceTime video call to us, the family, and asked us to record it. She said that she didn't trust them and she was in fear for her life. She also mentioned and literally showed us in the video that they were holding her mouth like this. And she said, I was literally afraid to die. Right after that video call, we, the family, made a call to the Red Cross to be able to get her home. That didn't do nothing. She stayed in Germany. They didn't do nothing to get her home. 21 days later, she's found dead in her barracks room. Not only did we get news that my sister died in Germany, but we also got told that she died by suicide by suffocation. Ain't it really weird how in the vehicle on the way back from the amusement park, she literally said that they were choking her and holding her like that? Their chain of command in Germany also pushed out orders for none of the soldiers to talk about it, post about it, or talk to any of the family about it. But what's crazy is this soldier right here, he did. And not only did he post about it, but my sister pulled him over and his friends in the vehicle, and she ended up letting them go without a ticket or anything by orders. But it's weird because he posted that, and then he ended up dead as well in his barracks room, just like my sister. Now, a lot of people might think it's just a coincidence, but that's awfully ironic that literally right after he reposted my sister's story, after getting orders not to even talk about it, post about it, or anything, he was found dead. And they rolled his death from a seizure. They said that he died from a seizure, but he was found with bruises and beating marks on him. So how do you get that? Now, I know you might not care and this might not go viral or whatever, but this has to stop. We have to make a change. It could literally be your sister, mother, aunt, uncle, brother, whoever. You need to make a stop.
I didn't know she made a
video. We need to bring justice to PFC Denisha Montgomery Smith.
Let's rewind that part back.
Pulled him over and his friends in the vehicle, and she ended up letting them. Not only did he post about it, but my sister pulled him over and his friends in the vehicle, and she ended up letting them go without a ticket or anything by orders. But it's weird because he posted that, and then he ended up dead as well in his barracks room, just like my sister. Now, a lot of people might think it's just a coincidence, but that's awfully ironic that literally right after he
Look at that.
reposted my sister's story, after getting orders not to even talk about it, post about it, or anything, he was found dead. And they rolled his death from seizure. They said that he died from a seizure, but he was found with bruises and beating marks on him. So how do you get that? Now, I know you might not care and this might not go viral or whatever, but this has to stop. We have to make a change. It could literally be your sister, mother, aunt, uncle, brother, whoever. We need to make this stop. We need to bring justice to PFC Denisha Montgomery Smith.
Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, I mean. Unbelievable. Someone in the comments said there were 5 unalive there were 5 murders there, 5 killings there, and it was all swept under the rug. All swept under the rug. Who was this young man? Could someone find me him, please? Find him for me, please. Teresa Bright, prayers fit your family dear. Yes, thank you, Teresa Bright, for joining. Thank you, love. Prayers to the family, right? This is horrible, Teresa. This is so sad. And you know what's crazy? You don't hear a lot about this. It happens. Like, we know it happens. You know what I mean? Like, we know this happens out there, but people are not coming out and sharing it. You know? People are not sharing it. But we got to talk about this. We got to share this. We got to expose it. I know. Why would they cover up these crimes? Why wouldn't people say something? Her roommate was there. Well, that's because her roommate is sleeping. Her roommate was sleeping with the supervisor every night, and she's seen it. And I think she was going to say something. And she probably seen other things there that wasn't supposed to happen. Remember, she's not only for military, but she's a police officer. So she's probably she is one of the good girls that was going to do right and speak up and stop this stuff that's going on down there and make complaints of it and get back here and do something about it. And they was not trying to hear that. I know, babe, you're doing so much and you're doing a few things for me too. So I know. Thank you, Katie. I love you so much. Katie's over here doing a few things for me behind the screen. I don't know. I gotta find out. Can someone find out what was his name? Help out Katie. Katie's doing a few other things for me. A few cases actually. Not if she's got her own stuff going on too. Katie, take it easy, babe. You got your own stuff with what's going on too, mamita. I got, I'll find out. But I appreciate you so much. Let's see if his name popped out. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Let me go further a little bit more. A little bit more. Wait, hold on. Claire Cortell. Yup. His name is right there on his shirt. Oh, Clay. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry, but I really want to get this. I don't know. I got a magnifying glass somewhere. Who is this? They put up there. I can't pronounce the other one, but I got his name. I don't believe in that many coincidences. Exactly, Barbara. Exactly. Exactly. No, I'll send it to you now, honey. I think that's it. That's what was on his thing. Oh, who, me, Barbara? Oh. You see what I'm doing? You saw what I said. I'm gonna find out his name. Shit, it was right on his shirt. I don't know this person right here, but I do have a map.
Like my sister.
Glass, but
Now, a lot of people might think
it's over there in the dining room and hubby is sleeping. This is why my husband don't come in the bedroom and sleep with me, because I got the damn lights on and cases going, and he got to wake up early, so he's just like, he sleep out there. She did another video, or it's just the same video? Let's see.
PFC Denisha Montgomery Smith's name. My sister, Denisha Montgomery Smith, she about it, posting by orders, but
Yeah,
to
it's the
talk
same
about it,
video.
post about it, or talk.
So let's see if I could find him. I don't know. What's this? No, that's justice for Isaac. That's another case that I'm working on. COURTR. Yeah, I don't know. I have to do this when I'm not with you guys. But yeah. You're welcome, Teresa. I try my best. Because this got to be talked about. And I'm going to talk about more of this on here because this is crazy. That found out right. You go, girl. Yeah, Barbara. I'm like, wait a minute. What's his name? Hold up. Let's go back to that video again. Shoot, Let's go back to that video again. Oh, wait a minute. I took a screenshot of the other one. Hold on. It's clear. See. Oh. Wait a minute. When I took the screenshot of the other picture, maybe his name was on there. Let's see. Chain of demand. This information came from me. Da, da, da. No. But why would they put these officers in there? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Uh, did Mr. Smith's sisters just say they told her not to post about her sister's case? No, the other guy that posted about her sister's case, they unalived him. They unalived him. But I want to find something else out. Hold on. Let's go back to Facebook. Let's go back to Facebook, y'all. Hold on. Because the person that I got this from, we're going to go in that group. Allegedly. Yeah, my disclaimer's up. When your disclaimer's up, you don't have to say allegedly. Guys, this a group. This is the group. This is the group, y'all. Is it? Is this it? Let me see. Yup. This is where I got it from. So if I go in here, maybe we can find something about it. Is this him? Let me see. Damn. Guys, does this look like him? I gotta pull up the sister's video again. Yeah, it's not even. You see. Okay, I got the sister's video. I'm just looking at it myself. Let me see. Clay Court. Okay, Clay Court. That's his name. Oh, no, this is not him. This is somebody else. Okay. No, I know that's not him. That's somebody else. Thank you. Thank you, Mamita. But I do want to, I'm going to look into his story too. Hold on. But hold on. I don't want to get sidetracked because you know me. Hold on. I'm looking for something because that post was on here. It was from his, this person's thing. So that's what I'm looking for. Let me go back and see the date on that post. October 10th, 2022. Damn, that was a while ago. But that's okay. I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it. Ah, wait a minute. I think I just seen it. Boom. Okay. Better than military. I don't trust my leadership, Fort Stewart soldier told her family. And 21 days later, she was unalive. To those of you who hold guilt because you are withholding information on the death of Denisha, please contact Lindsay Snap and Amy Lynn Frank if you are on her murder looking to see what's being said or done. Your time is ticking. Who's that? Do y'all see this? I'm trying to look for what I got. This is 23. It should be coming up. Okay, I found a sister. It does, right? It does, right? You know? I'm all up in it, like the camera and shit, like this. Heather Clark likes a lot of her photos and posts on Facebook. Please copy them now. Girl, yes, I'm writing everything down. I got my people in the background doing the same. My moderators. Janice Kinsey. Okay, this is the sister. The 139th Military Police Company. I want to look. Let's look them up, y'all. She reported this assault the following day. They retaliated against my sister for reaching out for help, both medical and mental. Just 21 days later, the same assault, RAB and M. My sister and not a single soul has been prosecuted for it. General Dawn, you fell, Tanisha. General Dawn. General Dawn. So we know that's the general. Huh. Interesting. Wait, I wanted to do something. So this is her page, guys. This is the sister. I'm gonna get off her page because, her stuff. I don't wanna, but I did want to share her this post, not this one, the other one that she said. I do want to share this. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha. Oh, I gotta go back. Oh man, what the hell was I? I know, yeah, they said that she hung herself. Let me go back. Thank you, you know. Damn it. I want to see the comments for this. Hold on. There's no comments. Huh. Oh, yeah. Check this out. Oh, really, Cherish? Can you send that to me? You all amaze me who you find stuff on. Thank you all for what you do for families. You're welcome, Barbara. Yeah, check this out. Another one. Check this out. Let me screenshot this. Hold on. Cause y'all right before this shit disappear. Plus, I could do a live on him, so I need his picture. Another soldier from Fort Hood. The same place? Is that the name of the place? Family still not getting answers. My brother Willie Dean General was stationed at Fort Hood Military Base, where he also died at his residence off post. He passed away on May 21st of 2023, last year. They say he overdosed on Benadryl. But before he died, he saw something he wasn't supposed to on base. And after that, he was being followed all the way up till his death. The military isn't being cooperative with us. There's so many holes in his case. There's also never once took him to the hospital after his wife, they say separated almost 5 months then, found him even though she hadn't been living at his house or been there in months. And 3 weeks after he dies, is when another guy who we believe was also my brother's roommate. Our family is hurting because of this. My brother was only 21 years old. He was scared for his life, and now he's unalive. But wait, was he home then? Or on site with his wife? I'm confused. Let me write his name down. Hold up. Fort Hood Military. Is that where she was stationed at too? Can someone let me know in the comments? I believe that was, right? Was that she was stationed at Fort Hood Military? That's his shirt. It's very dry. There's nothing on it. Then right here is something pink on it that they put on there to frame it. They sure did. This is crazy. But she was at the 139th Military Police Company, kidnapped, assaulted. But was she at this one? I don't know. Let me see what y'all saying in the comments. Oh, yeah, she was, that's right, Germany. Right, yeah. Let me write that down too. I got the 139, but let me see. Hold on. Thank you, Cherish. Let me just put that right here so I know it's just different. Okay. Surprise me anymore. Oh, let me see. Okay. Travis said, let me see what the comment says. Since 2016, incidents on and around the base have made it what? The deadliest that the battlefront with 100, wow, non-combat deaths in 5 years. Woo! Including 7 homicides and 71 suicides. Yo, that's crazy. That's a lot. And you know what? That 71 suicide is probably not even suicide. You feel what I'm saying? In Germany, Fort Stewart in Germany. When you say GA, right? Yeah. Good night, Kathy B. Yeah, it is horrible. Every case is horrible, girl. Ugh, it's crazy. Good night, Mama. What you mean, no? Georgia. I was scared to say Georgia because I thought it was be no, but it is Georgia. Huh. I was thinking, I said it can't be Georgia because she was in Germany. Wow. There has to be a good reason for this big of a cover up in the military. No. But what time is it? Oh, it's 10:34. I gotta get up for maintenance in the morning, but I wanted to look up something. Let me see something. Okay, Fort Stewart in Georgia. Huh. Fort Stewart Army Field based. Oh, she died in Germany though. Yeah, that's what I need. Like, I don't, yeah. Right. Okay. So it would be, let me see. Hmm. Hold on. Let me see something. I'm sorry, my face is all in it, but I just have to say it like that because I don't know my answers. Oh, you have the same dresser? You're so funny. So this is the military base ground, but I want to know. USA Army. I bet you it's this one. You think it's that one, guys? Garrison, West Bay, Germany. Good night. Good night, Teresa. Oh, good night, Barbara. Good night, Barbara. Let me see. Okay, so this is what they gotta say. Uh Hold on. I don't know. Let's see. I wanted to see reviews about it. But that's not gonna be that's not what I'm looking for. Yeah, in Germany. All right. So let me just all right, I'm just gonna read what they said. According to final report issued by the United States Army, Montgomery Smith took her own life by hanging herself on August 9th of 2022 while deployed in Germany, which, yeah, that's what we were saying. And that's why I said, how could she hang herself and suffocate herself at the same time? It just doesn't make sense, okay? Her family says they questioned the findings because initially reports immediately followed her death reached different conclusions regarding the circumstances around her death. For example, in an altercation just weeks prior to when she was found unalive, she was assaulted by fellow soldiers. According to the initial report, following that altercation, Montgomery Smith made a 12-minute video phone call to her family, which we saw, which she told them she was assaulted by the soldiers. They were on their way back to the base from a German water park where, according to the initial and final report, they were drinking alcohol. So these mother effers got bold because they were drinking, they were partying, they just had a good time at the water park. So they wanted to get a little loose. I guess they saw her in her bikini or her bathing suit or whatever, and they just started to make advantage. They deserve to be in hell. I was going to say something worse than that, but YouTube guidelines. News obtained the video where Montgomery Smith said to her family, "I just want to come home. Look what they did to me. I can't be here no more. I don't trust them. I don't trust my leadership." The final report says Montgomery Smith's fellow soldiers were restraining her because she was drunk and tried to jump out of the moving car. But the initial report says more force was used than necessary. The initial report also says that she was assaulted during the incident, while the final report claims she was not. While neither report draws a direct conclusion between the altercation in the car and her death, the Army has, in more recent supplement investigation, found that there was a, quote, climate of indiscipline, a culture of Semitic fanatization, an appropriate relationship while the units were deployed. And we talked about that. Remember, her roommate was having SCX in the same room with her, with the supervisor. They would turn the cameras off. 21 days following the water park incident, Montgomery Smith was found unalived in her barrack. The initial report says her leadership did not know of any behavioral health issues, while the final report says Montgomery Smith was suicidal because she was dealing with financial trouble and marriage issues, which is a lie because her husband said they had no marriage issues. She was not She was not depressed and wanted to harm herself. The only depression that she was having is because she wanted to get out of there because she was being assaulted and she wanted to go home where she was safe. John added that she was supposed to come home just a few weeks following her death and that she was excited to be back with her family. Josh added that, which is her husband, by the way, because let's also say she has 3 kids and she's married, okay? The initial report also raised concern about the position of her body. When she was found unalive in her barrack, it says that she was found fixated within the barrack, stand alone in the closet, with her knees touching the bottom of the closet and her feet on the floor. This abnormal, the investigative officer wrote, because she could have stood up at any time. The autopsy report concluded that she died of suicide. You know the rest. But Montgomery Smith's manners of death is completely redacted in the initial report provided to the news. The cameras throughout the barrack wasn't recorded at the time of Montgomery Smith's death. Now all of a sudden the cameras don't work. When they're having SCX with their supervisors, they turn the cameras on. When they're being inappropriate, they turn the cameras on. When they're assaulting a young mother of 3, a wife, and a stand-up beautiful woman, they recorded that. But when they unalived her, they turned the cameras off. According to the Army, they were on, but the recorder was turned off by mistake, despite the secret report from earlier this year stating someone suspiciously took the key to her room. I'll repeat that. Despite the subsequent report from earlier this year stating, which would be last year, someone suspiciously took the key to her room. I'm getting out now because I can't be in a job where I don't feel as ease or safe. Wait, Montgomery Smith's sister Brooklyn Price says she's ended her own military career because what happened to her sister. That's sad. I'm getting out now because I can't be in a job where I don't feel as ease or safe. The family main concern is indifference between the initial and final report. When news asked the Army about this, they said the initial report was a preliminary injury before a full investigation and that the final report replaced the initial one. The family is now calling on the Federal Bureau of Investigations to investigate Montgomery Smith's death. Lowe's senior Chuck Gracely has sent 2 letters to the Department of Defense requesting additional information about this investigation to her death. Army representative declined any camera interview, but they did send this to the statement. They did send this to the news. We extend our heartfelt condolences to the Montgomery family and have provided them with comprehensive updates on the completed law enforcement and combined investigation into her death. We continue to encourage all that experience personal difficulties in seeking assistance. Lieutenant Colonel Terrence Kelly, United States Army Public Affairs. You're full of crap. You're covering up the Army, and you're going to go down eventually. No charges have been filed in the Army men's hand. The specialist Montgomery Smith died by suicide. Yes, this is about bullshit for real, for real, for real, for real, for real. I read that and said, wow. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. That statement verifies she did not unalive herself. Exactly. And where's her room key? They never said that in the news. They never said that in the news. Thank you, Cherish, for that. Thank you. That is a very big piece of information. That's a big key. That's a big key. That's a big key. They set her up because she was going to tell on someone that would have ended her up in jail. Exactly. That's what we said. Yup. BS for real. Exactly. Y'all. This is sad. It's crazy. We got to talk more about this. We've been on at 8 o'clock, so it's almost 11. And yes, and the position of her body is another one. Yeah, we're gonna do another live on this. We got to, because she's not the only one that went through this. Her family's not the only family that went through this. There's other families as well. And I want to put this out as much more needed because other families need to be heard. They're going through the same thing that this beautiful queen's family is going through. So let's look deep, let's look hard, let's fight for her and other people that served our country that's now unalive because the people that served our country are the same people that took their lives. So I'm gonna look for some more cases into this and look more further into this. Make some phone calls. I might be getting really deep into this when I tell you we're gonna be going live and calling the military. Baby, don't ask me how, why am I doing it? Why do I call any other police on my live? But we will be calling the base. I don't know if it's done, but if we can do it, but we're gonna have to do it. We definitely gonna have to do it. Oh, that's crazy you said that, because I was wondering that, but then I said, nah, it can't be. It just can't be. But it could be, I guess. Hanging exclusive of murder by strangling or breaking the suffocating by hanging neck by a suspended nose. The traditional method of excruciation involved suspending victims from a gallows or cross beam until they have died or suffocated. Because what I was thinking was suffocating, strangling because she couldn't breathe. So maybe that's what they mean by she was suffocating. Hanging, extortion, or murder by strangling or breaking. Suffocating by hanging neck by a suspended nose. And I know I'm not reading it right, but I apologize. Just bear with me, y'all. The traditional method of exhaustion involves suspending victims from a gallows or cross beam until they have died of asphyxiation. No, she did not do this to herself, mamita. She did not. And it's important that we say her name and we continue to share her story and share other stories. Her name's got to get back up there, y'all. It's not getting up there like it was before. It's died down. Since when the last time someone's had a live on her? Let's see. Let's see. Let's go to YouTube. We got to get her name out there again. I mean, like now, recently. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Exactly. There's other means. They always want to put a person hanging themselves because they depressed. Sure, please. So it's been a while, I guess, since people's been a story on her. Oh yeah. Oh, she did one 4 months ago, so that's good. And I did see that before. Yeah, that's good. Okay. But it's not a lot. We got to put her name out there again. And other people too. Look at this. USA Army hire contractor. He dies under mysterious circumstances. Interesting. Very interesting. He did one a year ago. I like his videos. Fort Stewart soldier's death. We'll watch one more. We'll see one more and then we're gonna go.
Barracks. According to the family, they've ruled her death a suicide, but the family believes there's more to this story. They released a statement saying, in part, "Our beloved Denisha was everything to us. She was proud to serve as a military police officer in the United States Army and dedicated her short life to building a legacy with her husband and sons. We appreciate your thoughts and prayers during this difficult time." The family has set up a GoFundMe and a Cash App account. So far, they're just under $2,000 of their $15,000 goal.
I know she didn't do
There's
it.
no word yet on when Montgomery's body will be brought back to the U.S.
Now to a story that we first brought you earlier this month, unsafe living conditions in Fort Stewart Barracks. Now family members living on the post, the housing, tell News 3 that they face similar problems.
Fort Stewart Barracks. Look at that. It's crazy. Okay, y'all. We're going to keep up with this story. Keep base with this. I'm really glad that y'all was into this. And very interested and wanted to know about it. You know what I mean? Because when I put out stories, yes, that needs to be told, that people have stopped talking about. But I also think about what the audience want to hear also. You know what I mean? So by y'all being here and y'all putting in y'all input in this, y'all in the comments like crazy. Y'all making me not want to get off this thing. Yeah, for real. Like I want to be on here for hours with y'all because we're really like into this. But I do gotta get up early for maintenance. Gonna be knocking on my door because they measuring something in my bathroom and ugh. But other than that, baby, I could be on here all night. The bruises are going around her neck, then to provide she's not hanging herself. Then that proves she's not good. Thank you, you know. Aw, it was. Thank you. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. It really does. It really, really does. I really appreciate it. And thank you. Sure. Thank you. The FBI watched Malcolm X be killed. Ooh, share that. And wrote it in a report. We didn't see it for 40 years. Oh, wait a minute. The FBI watched Malcolm X be killed and wrote it in a report. Really? I'm like, oh, because I said, Malcolm X, baby, okay? But I didn't know that part. So we're going to have to do that also. Can you send that to me, Cherish? Or better yet, you want to work on that a little bit and we can do it together? Yes. Thank you, You need to go eat after this hard work. Yeah, I do. You're right. That's why I want to get off. Really? History would be really good to dig into because I think all that ties the stuff up. You know what I mean? I would love to see the pic as well. Yes, girl. Wow. We need to. I know a lot about the subject. Unfortunately, I have been invested in my own son's unaliving. Huh? Teresa, I'm so sorry to hear that. What was your son's name, if you don't mind? Um, I mean, I could look into it and at least keep his face out so nobody would ever forget your son. You know what I mean? If you want to private message me on Facebook, you can do that. If you don't want to put it right here, you could private message me on Facebook. 10 years, Teresa. I'm so sorry. Damn. Wow. So, so sorry. Okay. Yeah, I'm working on Barbara Hall. Yeah. Oh, and you know what? You just reminded me for something with that because I got to make a phone call of her case. Are you on Facebook? Can you message me on Facebook so that way I know, it's you and I could, message you? At least send me something like, hey, it's me, or something like that so that way I know. Yeah. And I'll get together working on something for him. And if you would like to speak on his story, you're welcome to tell his story on my platform. You know what I mean? Every parent needs a voice. I feel like, cause you know what, the news, I feel like when it comes to the parents want to put their child's story out, the news, the media, they don't, they push it aside. It's like everybody goes to social media to get the help that they need. You know? Everybody comes to social media. How'd you find me, Teresa? Oh, it's hot in here. Yeah, because I got two Facebooks. I got Brooklyn Squad True Crimes, and then I got my regular one, which was my regular name. The Brooklyn Squad is the business account. Yeah, I think that's my regular one she gave her, which is good, which is okay. Barbara told you tonight about me. Aw, she's your friend. You guys are helping each. You ladies are helping each other out. Good, good. Thank you. You're new. Thank you so much. Wow. Oh, wait a minute. I wonder if I have your son's it was 10 years now. If I have your son's name on that list Barbara gave me, let me see. Because I'm working on the names that Barbara gave me on the list. I've done some of them. Okay, let me see. If not, it's going to be added to the list. It's a list she gave me with the family that needs justice, and the children from Frederick County has been unalive. And we're trying to connect the dots and just get all the cases together to see, you know? It's crazy. Okay, here's the list. Let me see if your son's on that list. Adam B. Banks. No, he's not on that list. Good night, everybody. Good night. Everyone, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Good night. Good night, Cherish. Good night, Yanu. Yeah, I will definitely work on it. And any information that you have, just send it to me. A picture would be great. Send me a picture. I will find his picture, of course, because I'm good when it comes to looking up stuff. But if you got, a picture of him and stuff, just send it to me so I can put a thumbnail. And then we'll talk behind the scene, okay? Everyone, have a blessed night. Thank you for joining. I'm going to eat something now, and I'm going to put together some other stuff for you guys, okay? All right, and I will see y'all tomorrow. I think it's at 2:00. Hold on. Y'all think y'all mad now. Wait till tomorrow's live. Y'all gonna be furious with these cases. I gotta put another one up. Tomorrow is the one that y'all really gonna be furious is 8:00 tomorrow night. But we do have one, oh yeah, tomorrow at 3 too. Yeah, we got one tomorrow at 3 and tomorrow at 8:00. So I will see y'all tomorrow at 3:00. Good night, everybody. Bye. Good night, Teresa. Good night, Good night, Katie. Good night, Cherish. Good night, everybody. And everyone that I'm missing out. It's a few other names. I'm sorry. But good night. 3 p.m. Eastern, yes. Good night, lovelies. Be safe. Oh, wait. It's something that we got to do. One more thing. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Don't go nowhere, y'all. You know we got to do this. All right. I'm going to try to do this a lot more often. Prayer time. Exactly, Exactly. Because this definitely deserves it. This was harsh. This was a harsh, harsh case. This was a harsh, harsh case. And I think it deserves it. So if we could just take a moment, whatever your higher power is, if it's not mine, if it's not anybody else's, that's okay. But whatever your higher power is, mine is God, Jesus, mine is God. But whatever your higher power is, it's okay. I just want to take this time out and just meditate for a minute, pray, and just give this family some justice. Let's just do a prayer. Let's just do an inside healing. Justice for all. And with that, everyone, have a blessed night. Thank you.